that box had these two boxes in it. Axle shaft. Bearing is in here. I opened this one, appears to be the right one, it's supposed to be. So those came last night. And I opted to turn that thing on this morning. It's been turned off for a while, but you know, I think I'm going to be in here for a little bit. Lots of other things that have to be done too, but it's a little chilly this morning. According to the weather app on my phone, it is 41 degrees in Hillsboro. It is not 41 degrees here. It looks a little white out there, doesn't it? I'm not sure how much of that is maybe a little ground fog, but it really doesn't look like it when we zoom in, does it? Yeah. It's 34 degrees. Yeah, the roof on the house is white too. Imagine that. I'm hoping that in front of the top bay up there is the garden plants that we bought. I think they're still there. I don't know, I can't tell, can you? There's like a patio table sitting there, should have them on it. We didn't get those put elsewhere yet. And I'm really hoping that they're protected enough where they're at because they're up close to the building. Otherwise, they'll be scooched. And I really don't know what's going to happen today. Apparently our chance of rain is no longer for a few days. Oh God, look, did you see her getting up? Little girl can still get up. And I still don't see any new babies in here, girls. I'm going to do like yesterday and be quiet. Save me a lot of backache. You got your tail out for fun. Oh, that's what I thought. Yep, taking a crap. Go figure. Yeah, I can never be lucky enough and do anything like it shows you in a YouTube video. No, not usually anyway. So, pulling them axles. There's a spring clip on the end of the shaft at the other end. Just holds it in. You're supposed to just give her a good yank and it should come out. Yeah. I've shifted it on the block trying to do that. I've tried both sides, about 10 really good hard yanks on it. Ain't budged either one. So I'm hoping I can get in with a bar and see if that'll work. Either that or they did some differences in things. But I hope not. I mean, I ordered parts for basically the serial number almost. I went by years. And it's supposed to be that. Yeah. It's actually a 3-piece bolt. I just don't know where the other piece went. It's somewhere. It may be underneath the creeper. But if you see the space given here, I can barely fit 3 fingers in there. 4 fingers in here with some slop. Plus it sticks out past my finger there. Yeah. Some of that engineering brilliance. And I tried taking a bar and sticking back there. Yeah, that little one right there. I could not get that in there to do anything, so it may be weld a nut on the end of the shaft and put the slide hammer on it. See if I can get it that way, because sure ain't got it any other way yet. But hey, this is loose. Boom, just like that. And don't appear to be threaded holes, but they're big enough to put some threads in, I think. We're missing a screw here too. Line that up and put something in it. Make it last longer. Those are kind of important. Protects the boot from getting banged up. I mean, not that it's a whole lot of protection, it's a piece of plastic, but it still keeps stuff from taking the boot out. Finally got one out. Pry bar from above, wedged it in, literally pounded it in with a hammer. Got it broke loose, and then about 2 or 3 more minutes of tugging on it from here to get it out. Well, look who came in to help me.
Say we're gonna go to town with Grandpa. We're gonna go get some pepperoni and some summer sausage from Jacob's Meal.
Blakely, you come here and tell everybody hi?
And a new toilet.
Yes, he said hi.
We get a new toilet. And Uncle Wee Wee's gonna come put it in
Careful.
tomorrow, huh?
Leave that alone, please.
That's Icky.
Blakely. Ahem.
You want to tell Bamfa if he's ready to go bye-bye?
We have to get some little bitty gloves for her so she can be a grease monkey.
Do you want to see if Bamfa wants to go bye-bye now?
She might need a whole suit for that.
So Jacob's Mill's open and so is our toilet.
Hey, tell everybody you see them later.
Bye-bye.
Get you a little video out here. Grass seed. Field before that was crimson. That one might be red clover because I don't see anything blooming yet, and the crimson has started to bloom in the last couple weeks. And that box is Becky's new toilet. Having issues with the one in the basement. Oh yeah, and she's asleep. And we're sneaking around to...
Oh, thank God.
Good, yeah, thank God. 38 miles an hour and a 55. So sneaking around over this way to go to where we get our meat processed and, you know, check things out on the way by. And that is red clover that's been mowed off, so it'll come back and make a seed crop. When we had a lot of dairies around, almost all of it went for silage. A lot of guys like to get it cut in April. Makes for a better seed crop, but you know, May worked for a lot of them too. But yeah, get you a little bit of view. Yeah, we'll start at this guy's place. There, his log truck's for sale. That's to the north. That's to the west. Forest Grove's over there. Cornelius is over there, and that's the direction we're going. At one of the most dangerous intersections in the whole county.
Of course, they should have put a roundabout. They won't put a roundabout.
They want to put roundabouts everywhere else. They won't put one here. The road we're on used to stop, and the other one used to not stop. And Becky's brother was working on a house behind us, and watched a guy go in this direction, plow into a car, doing over 70 miles an hour. Now there's a 4-way stop.
The cop tried blaming it on the person on this road.
Oh yeah, the cop tried to blame it on the one on the through road. That was stupid.
Until the guy got over, the cop wouldn't listen to him, the guy that my brother was working with, and finally said, the fucking guy was fucking speeding! He caused the accident! Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Didn't stop for the stop sign.
Yeah, he had to scream and cuss at the cop.
There's still at least 3 or 4 wrecks there every week now, so the 4-way stop hasn't helped anything.
Hey, for my friend, my best friend, I call my sister Sue, this is a shout out for you because she tells me she doesn't stop at that stop sign. Well, oh shit, I forgot about that stop sign. As she goes through it. Now I'm telling on her.
And there's a lot of people that way because this road never had a stop sign on it, you know, since it was a dirt road. Anyway. Talk about a stubborn little girl. She's leaving and she won't give me lovies.
She's a little butt nugget.
Hey, butt nugget.
Nuggy buggy. We cannot go water flowers or see Maury until you say anything and look this direction.
Hi, bye-bye.
There you go.
Good job.
Well, there's a pile of parts. I probably should put these bearings. Where'd the other one go? There it is. I knew it was somewhere. If I put these bearings up here, I'll be able to find them. Decided not to reuse those bolts. I didn't want to have too fine thread and too coarse thread. So I replaced all of them, all brand new bolts. Use nylocks though. And I threw washers on them because I didn't have any bolts short enough and I didn't want too much sticking past the nut. But that's on there. The only thing I forgot to do is we're missing that screw. I need to put one in there. Axle is in. Yes, It's on backwards because I was beating on that with a soft hammer. This side went in with a good rubber dead blow hammer. Well, it was good a long time ago. It's about ready to go in the garbage. And this side over here, it chose to be more difficult. I actually got the copper hammer out and the threads show it. Copper is just a little harder on it than a dead blow. And it took a few really good hits to get it in. But it is in. Bolts are tight. I still got to clean up the inside of this one. It's just enough there. I think it's going to be an issue going together, but run the wire brush through there, wire wheel. And I mean, it's ready to put the bearings in. But I'm not really worried about that yet because I want to get that rack and pinion changed before I put that in there. That, I'm not sure how to get those bearings in. I don't want to take everything off, but really, is it that hard? Just a pain. So that's what I know there. And that's calipers in there. I still got to clean up the discs. Which I might just leave the hubs on so I can clean them up with the hubs on it. Hub gives me something to get a hold of. And, of course, these got the fancy wheels. Everything I see shows a rubber cap on there. But once the wheel's on there, it's protected. So, 6 one, half dozen the other. And I think I've had it. I've been underneath, up, down, way too many times. I'm going to go feed and call it a day. Well, there it is, kind of cleaned up. That's what's left of the cover off that gearbox on the other side. Obviously the hose ends are pretty well toast. Looks a whole lot better back here though. Yeah, she said there was a bail handle off a bucket in here. She had to tweak the busted up slop gate to get in and clean a little better. And I think that's the bearing she was talking about. If you notice, the collar is pretty well gone and not up against the bearing. I already knew that. There's the pile of shit in the scale that came out of the back down to the gate. And I'm looking at the floor. I don't know what they did there. I'm guessing they did something and they broke it. And it looks like they tried to melt it back together. Of course, it's low there too. So, I don't know. Or they had manure still left in it and tried pushing the slop gate down. I can see it being the other side there. This side, I don't know. I mean, it's not where it'll catch anything. I don't even know how that stuff's held in. I just know it's plastic floor and everybody says it lasts forever. Oh yeah, she said there was a tweaked piece. And by the looks of what I see from here, they've been replaced and they weren't riveted in. I'm not going to try to point it down or the camera's going to flip around on me, but the tab right there off the chain has a hole. They're either bolted or riveted in. They all used to be riveted. And these, every one I can see from here is welded in. Doesn't really matter. The only thing, if they're bolted or riveted, if something happens with the drive and the chain gets cocked, you won't break the chain as quick. So that's what I see on that. And, oh, there's a bee. I don't know if you can see it or not. He just flew away. I don't know where he came from. Now he's going to buzz me. Get away. I don't need your BS. So, yeah. Some people would say, it's a piece of junk. Well, no, not really. Because I still don't see any holes in the sides even after she blasted it. She only used the hose with the straight tip nozzle, but that's still, if something's a little on the weak side, it'll still tear it down. And I'm contemplating maybe making a new beater bar like the International is. It's a square tube. Just gotta do whatever for the ends. So anyway, that's what I can show you on that for the moment. Go let them poor pups out because they get upset. I lock them up so I can feed the other dogs, and they just decide they want to gripe about it. So anyway, looks a lot better cleaned up. Doesn't have all the scale and crap. She hosed underneath as best she could, so you can see what's on the ground. That came from underneath. Knew that was there. About twice that went home with Maury on his trailer. But just gotta figure out how we're gonna run her. Either throw a hydraulic motor on there, which is a possibility, or run a jack shaft off the PTO, but I still gotta have the hydraulics for the draper chain and for the slop gate. So those are all things to figure out later. Anyway, that's the end of my hump day. So, hope y'all had a great hump day. Hope y'all have a great Thursday. And we'll see what tomorrow brings. And Becky just told me a little bit ago that apparently the next bunch of parts for the jitney in the shop are supposed to be here shortly for one of the next stops. Kind of nice getting them a little early instead of 10 o'clock at night. But, that's how it goes. And they still got a couple days of grass there. And we still got a temporary fence way down there at the end before we can turn them into that. Once they're in there, they got a lot of grass for quite a while. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great Thursday.